it's Abigail with Aaron's Academy. Today we're going to assemble a Gravely ProTurn EV.
In this lesson, we'll go through important assembly steps to get the unit operating, key battery maintenance items, and best practices for storing the ProTurn EV. Some units will come without the batteries installed, so we'll also go over proper installation. To get started, remove the bag and break down the metal crate. For help with this process, we've included an optional video lesson showing the crate breakdown as well as how to return it. Just pause this video and come back when you're finished. We've also included a PDI checklist or pre-delivery inspection list as a part of this lesson too. It's a reference document you can download and print that covers key items we'll talk about today. This checklist is an additional resource to the owner's manual. For assembly, there are no tools needed. However, we always recommend proper safety gear like thick, sturdy gloves and safety glasses. Before we start the assembly process, grab the literature pack as well as the box containing the charger from the unit. The literature pack includes the operator's manual, keys, charger EMI filter, and charger AC power cord. Open the charger box to ensure there's no damage or missing items. Place it in a safe place so you can give it to a customer once the unit is sold. Then, if everything looks good, we'll then visually inspect the unit for any damage as well. If something is missing or there's a defective part, you'll need to fill out an out-of-box quality report. If there's shipping damage, record it in a freight claim form. Both forms can be found on the Aaron's Co Dealer Extranet under the Manuals and Documents tab. Now you're ready for assembly. To get started, first adjust the ROPS or rollover protection structure. Remove the hairpins and lock pins and raise the center bar to operating position. Lock it in place by putting the hair and lock pins back on. Next, we'll connect the batteries and ensure they are properly installed. Open the hood assembly and attach the hood switch by snapping it in place. To protect the batteries during shipping, this piece will always come disconnected. With the hood switch connected, make sure the batteries are properly installed. To do so, using two hands, carefully guide batteries into the bus bar until the battery is fully seated. For units that come without the batteries installed, start with the two forwardmost batteries toward the operator seat. Once the batteries are in place, press the button on top of each battery to check their state of charge. The battery LED lights indicate its charge in 20% increments. If properly installed, the LED lights will illuminate, confirming recognition of the software. An important note to avoid battery damage when installing: batteries must be carefully inserted vertically into the bus bar with the battery connection pins facing the center of the machine. Do not drag batteries across the bus bar fins to position. Plus, if you're only installing two batteries on the machine, make sure the bus bar cover is installed on the open battery compartments. Next, we'll ensure the seat is in the operating position and check that the safety interlock system is working. To do so, turn the key to start. You should hear one beep when the unit is on and two beeps when the Live to Drive feature is activated. This feature will only sound when the parking brake is engaged, the operator presence control is working when an operator is in the seat, the steering levers are in the neutral position, and the hood assembly is closed. You should also ensure the charger is not connected when starting the unit. If any of the previous checks fail, contact an authorized Gravely EV dealer for repair. Now, while you're in the operator's seat and with the unit turned on, next we'll check the battery balance on the digital display. With the key switch turned on, toggle the screens to check exact state of charge and ensure the display is working correctly. When that's finished, you're done with the assembly process. Be sure to inspect the unit one last time and perform a maintenance check. Check the tire pressures to ensure they match the specs in the operator's manual. Make sure the rear tire pressures are equal and the front tire pressures are equal. Ensure all hardware is tight on the machine.
And if you're assembling a side discharge unit, make sure to put the discharge chute upright before driving the unit off the crate.
When the machine is off the crate and on a level surface, we'll check one final item: the deck pitch. As a rule of thumb, the front of the deck should be slightly lower than the back end of the deck. The distance from the ground to the front blade tip should reflect your height of cut setting, while the distance from the ground to the rear blade tip should be up to 1/4 inch higher. If the deck is out of range, you can easily make this adjustment by turning the deck hanger nuts to raise and lower where needed. And finally, we'll perform a final visual inspection to ensure there's nothing missing or damaged on the unit. If so, again, fill out the out-of-box quality report or freight claim form found on the Arinsco Dealer Extranet. Before we go, one of the most important parts about this assembly process is determining how long a unit will be stored or placed on the show floor. This is most critical to ensure batteries are stored properly, as all EV units must be charged once received. Unrecoverable batteries are due to not following proper storage procedures and are not covered under warranty. At that point, replacement will be the responsibility of the dealer. For best practices, follow these guidelines for short-term or long-term storage. For short-term storage up to 3 months, the unit should be charged between 50 and 80%. Check the battery state every 3 months and recharge to 50 to 80%. For long-term storage between 3 and 12 months, batteries should be charged between 30 and 80%. Check the battery state every 12 months and recharge between 30 and 80%. Also note, for long-term storage, if storing the batteries in the mower, make sure to disconnect the hood switch or keep the hood open. For both storage terms, temperature guidelines must be followed as outlined in the owner's manual. That's all for the ProTurn EV assembly. Happy selling!